So, I like music. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, so music is a big part of my life, if not of everybody. I listen to a lot of music. Even as I am scripting this video, I am listening to some tunes. I even use earphones when using my motorcycle or just walking out in general, well, if I'm alone. You don't really do that if you have other people with you to socialize with. You ever see the YouTube video where it's like the DJs playing every single genre? That's basically my music taste. I love music in every shape or form, or well, almost everything. I'm looking at your penis music. I love pop, rap, funk, electro, and everything in between, and I think that's largely due to my introduction of music. I was a kid that grew up with the internet, more so than everyone else my age at the time, or at least I think so. I was latched onto that thing like super glue, and so I was introduced to a bunch of different genres, not normally found if you were just listening to the radio or tuning into MTV. I found a lot of pop songs first, then rap, slow songs, whatever was booming at the time. However, I was getting into anime at the time, so I found a video of... I'm just gonna show the thumbnail, and a few of you will understand why I'm not gonna say anything more. But it introduced me to Japanese music and rhythm games and everything else. Now at the present time, I've grown the frontal lobe somewhat, and I enjoy Western music as well. I understand that there are so many masterpieces in Western music, or well, pop in general, but I still like Japanese music a tad bit more. And I have my reasons for it. I want to explain why objectively in this video, but let's face it, my biased ass would probably desecrate Western music as it is already. So let's just clarify this from the start. The next couple of minutes will be my rambling as an uncultured music swine. I ain't no Anthony Fantano, y'all. It's all my opinion, but I'll try my best to be thoughtful to both cultures. Or you can just say I'm a weeb.
I think I can I suck you? Yes, I really should. I'll give you chase, so you suck and tug on this one.
I've listened to both Western and Japanese music in the current day. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. However, I myself prefer Japanese music. Well, first of all, let's talk about how both of these genres, if you can call it that, differ in their composition. Also, I just realized I'm about to delve into some really technical stuff here, but I'm not an expert at all. Kinda regretting doing this video now, but who cares? I'm just trying to simplify it as dumb as possible. Basically, Western music has this thing called the diatonic scale, and Japanese music uses a pentatonic scale. Now, I'm not gonna explain it because I'm not qualified. You can search other YouTube videos about that, but in short, it just means that those scales make the music tone sound different. Western music usually feels deeply emotional and melancholic, and there's like tension and resolution for that tension. Think something like Someone Like You by Adele. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this shit without getting copyright strike, but whatever, man. Japanese music feels more happy and energetic, but there's like a feeling of nostalgia, if that's what you can call it. Rather like Western music, they don't have that tension. Not like that it's too long for you to listen to the point that you get bored, but it's as if there's no end to the song. Like, let's take Senmon Sakura. I feel like when I listen to the song, the tone doesn't change. I'm still in the same state as the start until the end of the song, if that makes sense. Anyways, I don't want to offend any more people with my limited knowledge of music theory, but that's the gist of it. West music go, then Japanese music go, yeah! I mean, the score's even for this in my opinion, it's 1-to-1. There are certain situations where you'd listen to Western music, maybe when you're just chilling or you want to listen to something and then be satisfied afterwards, but there's also certain situations for Japanese music, maybe when you want to get hyped and stay hyped like that after a song. This isn't strictly for all their genres, but you can get a good idea for most of their songs. Mostly pop songs, but I guess that's why they're called pop songs, it's because they're popular. Now we're starting to get to the part where I kinda side with Japanese music a little bit more. A lot of Western's music lyrics are amazing, don't get me wrong. Have you heard of the hip hops? Of course you do, who doesn't nowadays? These motherfuckers are fucking poets, bro. I felt strongly to songs in this genre. They tell a lot about the person who's writing them. It's also sometimes relatable. Let's take an artist I've been recently into, Tyler the Creator. I've listened to Chromacopia a number of times. It's honestly one of my favorite albums. Not just because the songs are catchy, but they have deeper meanings. Like, for example, in Like Him, he talks about this uncertainty about his father and wondering if he'll become like him. Of course, there's other examples of this, but this video is long enough already. I'm trying to speedrun this shit. When I think about Japanese music though, I feel like almost every song has a deeper meaning. Emphasize on almost, not everything in life has to follow a rule, y'all. I'm looking at you, Chinpo and Nanshanti. but most of them has deeper meanings. Even pop songs, where Western music usually reuse the usual core themes and words, in Japanese music, they have a bit more meaning in it. Let's take an example. The artists that I can think of right now that are pop songs artists are Kenshi Yonezu and Bruno Mars. Both are in the pop genre of music, but one talks a lot about the usual American love, being a pimp, Versace, Zendaya all over the floor, dying with a smile, fat, juicy, and wet. And one does it too, but a lot of other things as well. Like, he can make music about the usual love stuff, chainsawing devils, being a loser, grandpa, etc. What I'm trying to say is, a lot of Western music, not all though, relies on the same formula over and over again. However, Japanese music doesn't have to do so to be able to capture the hearts of their listeners. Like, the recent viral Japanese song that I can think of that also reached the West is Yoasobi, Racing Into the Night. The song is talking about how they are literally unaliving themselves so they can stay together forever. Also depression. But it somehow became one of the most catchy, popular, and listenable songs to not just Japan but foreign countries as well. It also doesn't help that I got into music first because of Japanese songs, specifically Vocaloid songs that often had a story to tell and had a deep and complex meaning to it, rather than the Western songs that I was exposed to like as a kid, like Britney Spears, Katy Perry, Pitbull, you know what I mean. See, I told you I was gonna be biased, but that's okay. I would love to hear your opinions as well. Even though I said I like Japanese music more, I honestly like almost every genre this world has to offer as well. Music is in the end limitless, and you shouldn't be bound to rules or restrictions to what you can create. Just look at Soutone. He made a Japanese sounding music with Hatsune Miku no less, and he used English lyrics. I mean, just look at the recent Miku Expo concerts in West. Even the drummer was choosing it there. There's also experimental groups like Death Grips, Gorillaz, Gummy Bear. Anyways, thanks for listening to my rambling. I hope I entertained you in some way or another, and I hope you don't get too offended or anything. I mean, you can, who's to stop you, but I'll be a little bit sad, and that's it though. Thanks for watching. I don't believe in begging for subs and likes, so that's it. Bye bye.
I bought a property in Egypt, and what they do for you is they